students, Assalamu alaikum. Our today's lesson is Unit 12 of your Class 9th English book, The Old Woman. As I explained to you in the previous lectures that I will first finish all the poems and then I will start with the lessons. This poem has been written by Joseph Campbell. I'll read the poem first to you and then explain it word to word, and then we'll go on further with its explanations. It says, "As a white candle in a holy place, so is the beauty of an aged face. As the spent radiance of the winter sun, so is a woman with her travail done. Her brood gone from her, and her thoughts as still as the waters under a ruined mill." This is a very short poem. Now there is some explanation about the poet over here. It says, the poet Joseph Campbell was born in 1906 in White Plains, New York. He won name and fame as a writer, poet, and athlete. As an athlete, he was among the fastest half-mile runners in the world. His first published work was Where the Two Came to Their Father. The poem The Old Woman has been taken from his collection of poems. He describes the old age of a woman. The beauty of a woman vanishes and she looks like a white candle in her old age. Now let's explain what basically Joseph Campbell's style was. Joseph Campbell was born on 26 March 1904. He was an American author, mostly famous as a mythologist, a writer, and a lecturer. His work is vast. It covers many aspects of the human experience. His philosophy is often summarized as by his phrase, "Follow your bliss." He had published most of his work not by his real name Campbell, but he used his pen name Gaelic for his literary work. Campbell is best known for his work in comparative mythology, comparative religion. Campbell always says about the religion that all religions are true, but none are literal. Now in this poem, The Old Woman is a very small but simple and realistic in nature. Campbell gives a simple description of an old lady by comparison. By poem, we get the idea of Campbell's treatment with an old beauty. It is real and natural to see beauty in young women, but it is great to understand to describe the beauty of an old woman. Here is a great imagination of Campbell to see beauty in old age. Poets of all ages and languages praise the beauty of young women in all possible ways. During the Elizabethan age, scores of poets used to write poems with singing the glory of women's beauty. Shakespeare was one of those poets who protested against the contemporary trend of singing women's beauty in lyrics and sonnets. Now, summary of the poem. The Old Woman is a small lyrical poem by Joseph Campbell. In the poem, the best description of the poet is he skillfully presents the old woman's beauty by comparing her with natural elements. So we realize that an element of comparison, which is one of the figures of speech, is perfectly seen through the poem. As a white candle in a holy place, so is the beauty of an aged face. The beginning line of the poem is deceptively simple. It is highly pregnant with meaning. The old woman is compared with a white candle in a holy place. They both are moving towards the end of life. They both are close to God. Second meaning we can get from this line is that as a white candle in the holy place and temple gives light and guidance to people who come there, same is the case with an old lady's face. It shines like a candle, and that old lady guides others around her by the true experiences of her life. As the spent radiance of the winter sun, so is a woman with her travail done. The second stanza of the poem begins in the same way as the first stanza. The old woman is compared with the spent radiance of the winter sun. The woman is old and tired by the hard work in her entire life, while the sun in winter season looks faint and dull and spent its radiance already, so both look exhausted. The last line of the stanza throws more light on the meaning of the stanza. It says that an old woman has already lived most of her life, and the experiences she had gained has turned her into a person who is pleasant as the winter sun. Her brood gone from her, and her thoughts as still as the water under a ruined mill. Now the poem brings different picture which has a tragic effect on us. She still lives in the thoughts about her past life. The old woman is close to her grave and almost without brood or wishes. Her thoughts are passive and still like the water under a ruined mill. It means Man is defeated, but he cannot remove her thoughts from her mind. Okay, let's now write an entire summary. I've already done it with you. I'll again share it. I'll read it to you carefully so that you can understand. अब यहाँ पे बच्चों एक बूढ़ी औरत की बात हो रही है कि वो जवानी से गुजरकर अब जब बुढ़ापे में आ रही है तो उसे यहाँ पोएट ने एक सफ़ेद मोमबत्ती के साथ कंपेयर किया है होली प्लेस में। तो उसको इतनी पायस है, वो बहुत पाक है, और उसे एक इबादत गाह में एक मोमबत्ती से कंपेयर किया गया जा रहा है। सो इज़ द ब्यूटी ऑफ एन एजड फेस, मतलब एक औरत जब वो एज कर जाती है, बड़ी हो जाती है, तो बेशक उसके चेहरे पर झुर्रियाँ भी पड़ जाती हैं, लेकिन वो झुर्रियाँ तमाम उसके हंसने, मुस्कुराने, रोने, खुश होने या जितने एहसासात उसने अपनी सारी उम्र गुजारे हैं वो एहसासात उसके चेहरे पर झुर्रियों की तरह आ जाते हैं। बेशक सर्दियों का जो सूरज होता है उसकी रोशनी कम होती है, लेकिन सर्दियों में धूप की तपिश की बहुत वैल्यू है। गर्मियों में आप धूप से, सूरज से भागते हैं, लेकिन सर्दियों में आप उसके पीछे पीछे घूमते हैं, उसे ढूंढते हैं, क्योंकि वो आपको थोड़ी देर की तपिश आपको बेहतर महसूस करवा सकती है। इसी तरह शायर यहाँ पे द पोएट इज़ ट्राइंग टू टेल यू दैट द ओल्ड वुमन, शी मे बी ओल्ड, फ्रेल, बट हर एक्सपीरियंसेस इन लाइफ आर हेल्पफुल। सर्दियों में वो एक तपिश देने वाले सूरज की तरह है, उसको बहुत अज़मत दी गई है, क्योंकि सर्दियों का जो सूरज है, धूप की बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस है सर्दियों में। एज द स्पेंट रेडियंस ऑफ द विंटर सन, सो इज़ अ वुमन विद हर ट्रेवल डन, मतलब बेशक उसके काम ख़त्म हो चुके हैं, लेकिन उसके एक्सपीरियंसेस उसको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बना रहे हैं। नाउ आई विल रीड इट टू यू। द ओल्ड वुमन इज़ अ सिंपल एंड शॉर्ट पोएम बाय जोसेफ कैम्पबेल, where he compares an old woman with different things and describes her. The poem has 3 stanzas. The first stanza is full of the explanation of the old lady. The poet compares her with a white candle. White color is a symbol of light. The old woman is like a white candle. She is in peace and she gives other people light by the experiences. She is able to show the right path to the ones who need it. In the second stanza, the poet compares the old lady with the spent radiance of the winter sun. It refers to the old woman's long life. She has gathered a wide experience of life. In the last stanza, the poet compares the old woman with the water under the ruined mill. The water is still under the ruined mill, and by comparing this, the poet writes that all her sons have left her and they do not live with her anymore. She has all the memories like water under a ruined mill. Although they are gone, she cannot forget them. Her life has come to a standstill. The poet has beautifully described the old woman's beauty, experiences and emotions. After that, the next part that we are going to do is its explanation. That's stanza wise. Summary has been explained to you, and after summary we always do question answers. Then there are some grammar exercises. The pages that we have covered in this lesson are 117, 118 and 119. Now page 120 will be sent to you in the second part of the poem, in which you will do comprehension questions. Read out the text and answer the following questions. Then the grammar exercises. As soon as we finish the grammar exercises, we'll do the paraphrasing and the paraphrasing comprehension. These are very important parts, and these questions always come in your class 9th board exam.